Oh, look at that. We are up and running. Good morning, good morning. We're gathering for coffee with Casper. There's the Casper. There's the Casper. I got my coffee. Let me know where you are. We're checking in. We're going to gong in at 8:30 just for our 20 minutes together. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing there? What are you doing there, pretty boy? Well, good morning from Palm Desert. All right. My grandkids are out that way for spring break this week. All righty. Good morning, good morning. Well, some of my grandkids. Well, aloha from Honolulu. Nice, bright and early Honolulu morning. Good morning from South Carolina. Good morning from Albuquerque. All right, we're checking in from all over. A little aloha, a little Hollywood, a little desert, little Mexico, little New Mexico. All right, we're glad it's from South Carolina. Nice to see you. Good morning. From Boise is checking in. All right, good to see everybody this morning. Yay. We're on it. We're on it. Bringing a little light into the world. We're going to gog ourselves in here in about 30 seconds, I think. All right. Well, the Boise couple are there, the beautiful couple. Good to see you guys. Dave and Loretta, how nice. Good to see everybody here this morning. Yay, yay, yay. All right. Well, there it is. There's the gong moment. Here we go. We're going to gong ourselves in. Everybody get ready. Take their nice big breath. Here we go. Nice big breath in. You'll have the sound ah. Ah. Do that one more time. Let the breath go all the way into your belly. And let that energy come into your heart center. And just come into that place where you're letting that lovely, peaceful vibe, relaxed shoulders, present and ready to go. Good morning from northern Arizona. Good to see you this morning. Good to be seen. All right. Well, it's kind of DJ week. I think we shared a couple weeks ago that one of the DJs here in Los Angeles ends his show by saying, be the change you want to see in the world. And then, of course, he doesn't give credit to Gandhi for that statement. But that's okay. I mean, he's doing a great work. He's sending out lots of love vibes and positive fellow, and good for him. But I was listening to another radio station, and again, a lovely woman, DJ, and she shares this quote, which caught my attention as it went by. She said, and here's the quote of the day. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And then she gave the credit to somebody who I knew that wasn't right. But, I guess when you're a radio host, it's not like being a public speaker where you're going to reference quotes and then you have to be accurate about who you're referencing. Good morning from Santa Rosa and another atmospheric river. Yeah, that's coming down here tonight. They say it's going to be raining again. So we're outside today. It looks like we're inside tomorrow, but we're glad to be outside with you. Casper and I are glad to be here with you today. Good to see you. So anyway, those of us who've studied the ideas of New Thought, and I love the idea that the Parliament of World Religions stated some 20 or 30 years ago, I think, that the great contribution to the world body of spiritual knowledge that has come from the United States are the ideas that have emerged in the New Thought, the New Thought, a new way of looking at all of the teachings of the world and saying these are not symbols, these are direct principles, that the only begotten, Meister Eckhart, the 12th century Meister, said, the only begotten is forever begetting itself in me now. That the I am that I am is the place where conscious awareness is becoming conscious of itself. And there's a big dialogue now today about being more awake. But if we really look at that from a metaphysical point of view, to be awake means to be conscious of what is going through your conscious mind. And therefore, to use the words of Mary Baker Eddy, to stand porter at the door of thought and not allow your conscious mind to be a place where the race thought of fear, doubt, negativity, and separation become dominant thought patterns within our own mentality. And because we're connected to the race, because we belong to the same mind, all of us, those vibrations are around us. So we need, let me say that, it is a wise idea to become more in tune with the infinite, to wake up to what's consciously going through your consciousness, because everybody here on Coffee with Casper knows about the law of the circle, that what's coming from me is returning to me as my experience, that I am directly connected to the tarmac of what creates experience. Whoa, right? So anyway, those of us who know these ideas and know that Ralph Waldo Emerson is considered one of the fathers of New Thought in his original independent thinking as a universalist minister in his day. That line, that what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us, is a Ralph Waldo Emerson line. And yes, that is absolutely the truth, that when we begin to awaken to our spiritual magnificence, understanding that we are the I Am consciousness, and that everybody is the I Am consciousness, the incarnation of the divine as themselves, as a unique expression of the one energy. Everybody is that. Now, what we know is not everybody is aware of it. So we become light workers. You and I, we become light workers. The place where we are coming from, the Spirit of God within me celebrates the Spirit of God within you, and we go forth in peace and in the upward forward spiral, being led by the I Am presence itself, by the self of myself, the divinity of myself, God within. Guide, and I love the Ernest Holmes expression that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. There's only one thing here. It doesn't even matter if you call it God. You could just call it energy. Energy and matter are interchangeable. Energy is clearly intelligence because we see intelligence in the universe. We see the laws working perfectly. We see ourselves as humanity discovering laws and principles and making use of them, right? So you are, by means of your being here, and I'm Harry Morgan Moses, you're watching Coffee with Casper. We've been here since the first couple months of the COVID because we, in our lifetime, had never experienced that kind of global shutdown or global fear breakout or global loss of life all around the globe happening by a thing we couldn't see. Greetings from Ojai. Nice to see you, Des. So Ojai is a bird's nest. Welcome from the bird's nest. The birds are out here singing this morning. The rain will be coming tonight. They won't be singing all through the night, that's for sure. But the sun is shining. It's a beautiful spring day here in Topanga in Southern California. And rain is coming. And our friend Pam up in the Napa territory is in the rain already. So we know the rain is north coming south. And that's the schedule of this week's weather, at least in this part of the world. But here's where I wanted to go with what we know. So you have learned that you are not separate from the universe. You have learned that you belong to the universe. You have learned that if I belong to the universe and I came from the light and I put on a coat of skins, I'm going to return to the light, that we are seeking those laws and principles that cooperate with the nature of life, not to please any power outside of ourselves, but to come into the full realization of who and what we really are. And that's the journey you and I are on, to become more consciously aware of that purity of reality, that we are born of stardust, that stardust lives within us, that we are that eternity of expression, and that the soul finds fit to find a body here, and it will find it fit to find a body hereafter. Perfect spirit, perfect soul, perfect body in expression, in accord with the will of the I am that I am, the Father-Mother principle, the energy itself, first cause, source. It doesn't matter what name you want to give it. So here's where I think is wonderful for us. So everybody here on Coffee with Casper, we are not teaching 101 principles here. We are reminding people of the principles they already know. We are honoring the fact that you know them. We are honoring the fact that you are a light worker in the world, honoring the fact that your light, the unique particular light that you bring to the world, is essential. It's valuable, and it has meaning in the cog. I have a Swiss-made watch here that I got inherited from my father, who passed away in 1988. Still works perfectly, and it doesn't have a battery. It moves through my motion. It's responding to my motion. So there's tiny little cogs and gears inside this little guy that are precisionally designed, and each little tiny cog is essential in its being able to operate for this many years perfectly, because every one of those little gears, every one of those little notches, every one of those little tiny things that's moving is connected to the whole and makes the whole work. That's what you and I are in the universe. It doesn't matter how big or small our particular cog is, because it's essential in the working of the universe. I am, you may touch your heart center if you want to, and say, I am essential in the working of the universe. And therefore, you are essential in the ascension of human consciousness and the awakening of the world into unity consciousness. And therefore, when we get to that critical mass in unity consciousness, we will see the shift of all the generations working to discover the laws of harmony and how they apply as we evolve as humanity, and a humanity waking up to its spiritual reality, to its spiritual magnificence, which is the magnificence of everyone, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, continent, doesn't matter, background, history. What lies behind us and what lies before us is nothing compared to the greatness that lies within us, yes? So this is where we need to put our attention. And this is what I think is kind of interesting. I think I heard Pink, the artist, say this, that before in her life, challenges would come and they would daunt her and freak her out, and that she's reached a point in her life that she knows that no matter what comes down the river, what lies before us, what comes the river, that she's equipped to handle it, and that she'll be okay. Well, now, let's not talk about Pink, let's talk about you and me. We're light workers in the world, right? We're bringing our light, our unique light, into the world. And good morning from Kelowna, British Columbia. Good to see you this morning. Good morning, good morning. Nice to see everybody. We're joining from all over today. Isn't that wonderful? Light workers gathering right here just as a focal point to gather and support one another and empower one another and turn up our heart light just a little bit brighter as the world is facing all of these challenges, because it's breaking through the membrane of the miscreations of eons of time. And it takes our commitment in a lifetime commitment to be our cog in the wheel that causes the awakening world to spring forth, because the call from all the energies of the universe to help humanity must come from Earth, from humanity on the earth, from the consciousness where the help is needed. And you and I are the light workers calling forth that energy into the world to heal, to uplift, to inspire, and to bring forth more light and more love into the conscious race awakening. Wow, this is a great and powerful opportunity. So here's what I thought about this idea. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. We go back to that Pink idea, that she got to the place where she realizes that she's equipped to handle whatever it is that consciousness through each of us brings forth in our experience. We're going with the race. We can't separate ourselves from the race. We belong to the race. And that's what we talked about last week, which is we, you and I, the light workers in the world, we are the ones helping humanity to have faith in itself. That humanity can solve the problems that miscreations have brought. Humanity can move into a deeper alignment with all of the principles in the universe that must be operating toward harmony, and bring forth that harmony into education, into medicine, into health, into all of the spectrums of the human experience, right? This is what's happening as the world is awakening. More and more awareness comes in. More and more generations are coming into this awareness, bringing that awareness with them, along with all that useful enthusiasm and all that power and youth juice, as I say. But we're in a wonderful place, you and I, because we have learned that we're comfortable dealing in certain situations. So I wanted to talk about three different things in my personal life situation. Three things that I got some relative mastery of over time. One of those things is skiing. Over the course of 55 years of skiing, somewhere in there, my body and my mind became clear that I would be safe, that I could handle the conditions, that my body knew how, that my knowledge, my innate knowledge of the sport itself and of how to work with the mountain and ski safely and comfortably for 55 years. Not that I didn't have my falls along the way, but nothing... Ouch! What are you doing? What? Who is that? What? Casper? What is that? I don't know what he saw, but it sure made him move. might be Casper. It might just be the kitty in the window. You're okay. Anyway, so I learned how to do that. So I wasn't afraid of skiing anymore. And then I taught my kids to ski, and they taught their kids to ski, and we got a whole family that loves to play on the mountain, and that's a beautiful thing, right? And then I grew up around boats. So I learned somewhere along the way to sail. I learned the principles of sailing. Then I understood the principles of floating. I understood how to move sailboats and power boats and work with different size boats. And it became something that I became comfortable with. And the third area of this kind of physical expression that I learned over time was horseback riding. I learned about horses. I learned to fall in love with horses. I learned to appreciate the animals themselves. I learned how to work with them the way they were trained to be worked with when we have the wonderful opportunity to ride them and to let those horses carry us. So you could say metaphorically that I became more comfortable in the saddle, right? And in all of these things, I became more comfortable in the saddle. I can be at the helm of a boat. I can be on my skis. I can be riding with horses. And I'm comfortable. I understand the variables. I understand that things could happen at any minute. I understand how to adjust. And I understand, and most importantly, I know that I will be safe. That I work with that idea of divine light covers and surrounds me and nothing but good to come me. White light itself is my divine protector. And I carry that with me in all of the things that I do. Casper, stop it now. Right? In all the things that I do. So now we're mature. We're aware of the world waking up. We're reading newspapers. We're aware of the discord in the world. We're aware of war. We're aware of man's inhumanity to itself, humans' inhumanity to itself. And we are bringing that same light. Just as we've learned in each of our lives, you've got the things that you've become really good at, right? That you're comfortable in those things and you work with those things, right? And that same faith in yourself, the same faith in your talents is where you and I need to bring our attention as light workers in the world. We need to know that we're bringing forth a greater good through the way that we are living our lives today. That whatever cog we are in the wheel of this magnificence called creation, that what we're bringing to it is doing our part. We're not asked to save the world. The world doesn't need saving. The world needs your waking up as the contributions to the world waking up. And that's what you and I are doing. We are light workers, remembering I am one with the one, calling forth that energy in a healing, progressive, life-giving way through our words, thoughts, deeds, and actions. Yes? We are the ones contributing to the awakening of the world. So this week, this is the opportunity for you to fall into, metaphorically, into that saddle, to just be comfortable in what it is to be you, to be your authentic self, to have faith in that authentic self, to have faith in the role that you are playing as a consciously contributing light worker in the world, to bring forth more light, more love, more truth, more peace, more poise, more balance, more harmony, more joy, and more laughter into a world that is awakening and in the process of transforming to a new earth and a new humanity. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and we came from the light to contribute to that awakening, to be a place where more light, more love, more joy, and the clarion call to the beauty of humanity and the earth, that humanity will have more faith in itself and more faith in its power to heal, uplift, and resolve and solve whatever lies before us, even as we celebrate whatever went before us in the past. Whatever lies behind us and whatever lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Celebrate that thing that lies within you, that transcendent force, that healing Christ, Atman, Buddha, high self, Neshama, beautiful soul that you are, and bring it into the world this week in a new and more powerful way than ever before. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We'll be back next Tuesday. We'll see you then. Until then, we invite you to go in the light, as the light and with the light. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. We'll see you next week. Do you say bye? Do you say bye, Cass?